Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a review on this sort of Artis brush dupe that I found in TK Maxx. These are £15 for 3 brushes, and it just opens up like this, and you've kind of got these 3 like round, well, 2 of them are rounded and one of them is more like a, I don't know, like a narrow brush for like nose contouring, or like, it says you can use for eyeliner, but it looks a bit too thick for me personally. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be testing out with some foundation and some cream products, and just getting to see if these are any good at all. And I'm just doing the intro now because this tutorial is just going to be about using these brushes, and then there'll be a second part to this where I'm going to be testing out some eye makeup. So I've just basically started out with my collection Primed and Ready, which is like a new favourite of mine. This will probably end up in my monthly favourites. And I've put on a little bit of this MAC Fortified Skin Enhancer Illuminator in the shade Neutralize. I don't know if they still make this. I've had this a really long time. But yeah, if so, I would need to get a new one because it's almost empty. And I think I'm going to use MAC Studio Fix Fluid today in NC15. I'm going to go in with a big brush and just see how it goes for now. Okay, so a bit of a background with these products. This is the Innovation Beauty 3-piece Mermaid Oval Brush Set. I don't know why everything has got the... She's about to say I don't know why everything's got the word mermaid in it now. My channel literally has the name mermaid in it. Oh, I'm just a fool of like branding, aren't I? No, I didn't buy these because they said mermaid on. They just do for some reason. So you've got the large linear brush, which is the small one, doesn't make any sense. And you've got the small oval brush, which is for cheek blush and contour. You can use for setting powder. And then the medium oval brush, which is kind of like the bigger foundation one. Yes, these were £14.99. I got these in TK Maxx. I've just started out with like my eyebrows filled in and a little bit of lash primer on because I would usually do that before I put on foundation anyway. I'm just going to open these up, and they just come in like sort of like your standard like plastic packaging, and then the biggest one is in the middle. It's quite hard to get out of the box though, I noticed. But then again, every single video seems to have a problem like opening things for some reason. Also, sorry if my voice sounds a little bit rough today. I've got a little bit of a sore throat for some reason. So this is the medium oval brush, and this is kind of like, you know, it's quite soft. It feels like a nice sort of, yeah, it's like a nice soft brush. I mean, I've seen the Artis brushes and I've looked at them, but I don't actually own any of them because they are expensive and I don't have that much money to spend on like a foundation brush. But these might be a good alternative if they apply the foundation. But yeah, they're quite nice. They've just got Innovation Beauty just sort of printed on the handle, sort of like a silver colour. The brush, I noticed there's like a few little, if you look at it like face on, there's like a few little like imperfections, like it's not perfectly oval. There's like, do you see what I mean? I don't know if that might have just been the way it was packaged, but that's something that you just might want to know. It shouldn't make any difference, but yeah, it's just a little bit kind of like sticks out in some places and goes in others. So if you know Artis brushes, you know that the product is not supposed to sink down as much, and because these are sort of thicker bristles, and this does feel like quite densely packed, so that's interesting. I've just got the foundation on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to go straight in with the brush and start applying it. Okay, so let's just go in. It seems so weird. I didn't use too much foundation because I'm feeling that this is going to make it go a long way. So it's just on there like that. Oh, this feels very weird. Oh, it does seem to make your foundation go a long way. Like that tiny little bit is sort of done quite a large area. I will say this bit, it feels quite bendy. I would be careful with this if I were you, because I feel like it could, I don't know, if you were too aggressive with this you might bend it. So I would recommend being quite gentle. It's quite easy to get in between the eyebrows with it, which I quite like. Okay, so how it looks on camera is pretty accurate of how it looks in person. It looks quite good. I've only done this side of my face for now, just to sort of see, I don't know, how well it sort of blends into the skin. Okay, cool. So I've just checked the box. It does say they are supposed to be sort of flexible, which kind of explains this slightly like thinner bit here. And I've just done the other side of my face and sort of blended it in, and I'm really pleased with the way this is looking. It looks quite nice in person and on camera. And I think I want to try doing a little bit of sort of cream contouring with the smaller brush. Okay, so here I've just got my sleek contour palette in light. I'm just covering up the mirror because it's like reflecting quite brightly and it's really annoying. I'm not sure. I want to go in and do a little bit of highlighting first and then we'll do contour. So I'm going to take this smaller brush. This is the sort of, I think this is the small oval brush. Again, very similar shape. This one's slightly neater in shape, I think. And I'm just going to go straight in with this sort of light yellow tone here, and then there's one that's more sort of peachy to kind of like conceal and highlight. Okay, so I've just gone in with these colours and I'm noticing it doesn't feel very thick, or these are quite thick creams. It feels very light applying it with this. It's hard to tell how much product it's actually sort of picked up. Yeah, it does seem to have picked up the right amount of it, but it does feel quite, it feels quite light. It doesn't feel like I'm putting a load of, you know, it doesn't feel like I'm putting a load of thick concealer under there. I'm just going to go in and do the other side. Okay, so I've sort of highlighted under the eyes, a little bit on the nose and a little bit on the chin. I find that these cream sort of contours, they don't really seem to go on my nose very well. Like the highlight shade on my nose seems to kind of like, I don't know, peel off a little bit. It's slightly better with this though, it seems to press it into the skin more. I want to go in and do a bit of contouring. I'll just use this same brush for now, because I'll probably wash these later on. So I'm just going to go in with that darkest colour there, mix it with the second darkest, and we're going to use that same brush. I'm just going to use this for the cheekbones, and I want to use the smaller brush for the nose. Oh, that's looking really, really warm. Okay, so I've just applied a little bit of that to contour my cheekbones, and I've sort of blended it out again with this big brush. I think it's okay. I probably wouldn't choose to use these to contour with, just because, I don't know, I'd have to give it another try, because you can only really use these with cream products, so I probably have to try out a different cream contour, because I think this one is a little bit too thick for these brushes. These are better used with more like a sort of a flat kabuki brush, I think, but that's okay. It went pretty well. I'm quite pleased with it. I would maybe use it again. It just depends. I would definitely use it for highlighting. I'm just not sure if I'd use it for contour, because I usually prefer powder contour most of the time anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this large linear brush, which is this little tiny one. I'm going to go in with, again, a mix of the darkest colour and a mix, oh, it's like showing my face in the mirror. I'm just going to go in with a mix of this like lighter colour and the darkest one. And I'm just going to sort of run this down the side. Oh my god! Okay, we can fix it. This really does make your product go a long way. Okay, so I've just gone and blended that in a little bit with this smaller brush, just because it got a little bit dark in there. I think for the nose contour you definitely have to use a lot less product than you usually would, but that's kind of to be expected with this kind of brush, because they're not supposed to pick up loads of product and spend ages blending out. You're just supposed to apply a very small amount and then sort of blend that small amount out. Okay, so overall the coverage of the foundation came out really well. I didn't have to use loads. I probably used less than I usually would. I quite like the smaller brush for highlighting under the eyes. I'm not sure how you would set the face with these. Maybe you could bake under your eyes. Should we try that? Should we try baking under our eyes? Let's give it a quick go. So I've just grabbed my Bare Minerals mineral veil. I'm just gonna I've had to tip it out of my hand because this wouldn't really fit in the pot, and I've just sort of put it on there like that. I mean, it just seems to soak up the powder. It doesn't seem like it's gonna pack it on. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in. Oh, there's a bug in here. Okay, so overall I don't think you could bake with these, but they do actually seem to work for setting the face. I've just taken that powder and I'm just kind of like running it over my face now. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be able to pick up, it doesn't pick up enough product to bake with. You'd have to use something like like one of those really sort of flat sponges and bake under the eye. I wouldn't recommend these for baking, but you could actually set the face with these and it works quite nicely because the powder really sort of melts into your skin, which I think is really nice. Okay, so I think this turned out pretty well. I would definitely use these again. I'm really impressed with the way that they worked. I think they're definitely quite well made. They've given me my foundation, it looks quite nice. I'm quite pleased with the way it looks. They definitely make your makeup go a long way. I think they'd be like a good investment if you're someone who wears foundation a lot and your brush is just eating it up. I do think this would save you foundation in the long run. I do like this little one here. This is like a really useful sort of multitask brush. The other one, this one, I'm not sure what else I'd use this for apart from trying nose contour. I don't know if I could do the eyeliner with this. It seems like a bit too sort of big. It does say you can do it, but I think it's a bit too big for my eye shape. But I could try it out. And then also you can use it for eyebrows, but I don't know, maybe that'll work. It depends on the product, I guess. But overall, I would recommend these. I think they're really cool, and I'm glad I got them. These are sold individually at TK Maxx, so you can just buy like one of these if you didn't want to buy the set, but I thought I'd buy the set and then test it out, and it works out a bit cheaper to buy the set. So check out your local TK Maxx. If I can find a link online, I will link these in the description box below. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!